Good day, everyone. Today we will learn how to represent sets using two common methods, which are the roster method and the rule method. But before that, let us first review some important concepts about sets that will help us understand our lesson for today. First is the well-defined sets. A well-defined set has exact elements where membership is clear. Students are asked to group objects, identify how many groups they can form, and find objects that belong to more than one group to demonstrate understanding. So, for example, the set of even numbers. So, it is a well defined set because we can clearly identify the elements. So, even numbers, for example, 2, 4, 6, and 8. However, for example, the set of beautiful colors. This is not a well-defined set because we cannot identify the colors which are beautiful because it is very subjective. So next is the universal set. A universal set is a comprehensive set containing all elements or objects under consideration for a specific context-dependent discussion without listing repetitions. So for example, if we are taking about numbers for the even numbers, so for example, we have set A containing all even numbers. So all other numbers under that set, under the universal set, because it contains all of the numbers under that set. So it is listing without repetition. So next is the null set. So a null set is also called as empty set. It's a fundamental mathematics concept representing a set that contains no elements. It is unique for having a cardinality or size and acts as subset of every other set. So it is represented by this, the brackets, and has no element because it is a empty set. Subsets and proper subsets. A subset is a set whose elements are contained within another set, meaning everything in one set is also found in other. It can be equal to that set. A proper subset, on the other hand, is a set that is contained within another but is not equal to it, meaning it is strictly smaller. So, cardinality of a set. The cardinality of a set is simply the number of elements or members in a set. It tells how many distinct items are contained in that set, whether it is small or large. So, cardinality of a set particularly pertains to how many elements there is in a set. So now we will be discussing the representing sets. So the first method is the roster method. The roster method is a way of representing a set by listing all its elements explicitly, separated by commas, and enclosed in a curly braces. Each element is written only once, and the order does not matter. So for example, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So this for example, vowels in the English alphabet. So what do you think are the vowels under English alphabet using the roster method? So we have this, the A, E, I, O, and U. So these are the vowels under English alphabet. So we use the brackets to represent the elements of a set. So this basically the representation of the roster method. So these are the various examples using the roster method. So set of even numbers that is less than 10. So we have 2, 4, 6, and 8. Set of vowels in a alphabet. So A, E, I, O, and U. Set of first natural numbers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Set of days in a weekend. We have Saturday and Sunday. So now let us move to the rule method. The rule method or set builder method is a way of representing a set by describing a rule or property that all its elements follow. Instead of listing them one by one, it is written as. So for example, set A. So the element of set A is denoted by X. So this one is, we call this such that. So X such that the condition. So the condition depends on what the set asks. So set of even numbers that less than 10. So this one, X such that X is an even number that is less than 10. So let's have an example. Set of multiples of 3 from 1 to 15. So using the rule method, what are the elements? So let's see. So here. So the elements are X such that X is a multiple of 3 and 1 is less than or equal to X and 15 is greater than or equal to X. So rule and Rosser method. So set of even numbers that is less than 10. So in a Rosser method, we have 2, 4, 6, and 8 since we talk about the set of even numbers. So denoted by this one, the braces to represent the Rosser method. And for the rule method, X such that X is an even number that is less than 10. So denoted by here, X and this line. So we call this, we read this as such that. So now we will differentiate when to use each method. So for the Rosser method, we use it when the set has few elements and can be easily listed. So for example, the number of um, even numbers under less than 100. So we can easily list what are those elements. So we can write the braces and write 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on and so forth. So when we use rule method, we use it when the set has many elements, follows a pattern, or infinite. So it's better to describe it using the rule or condition. So when a number is, when you think the element is very or so large that you can list it, you can use the rule method instead so that we can easily determine what are those um, elements by just describing the rule or the condition. So for the summary, the roster method and rule method are two ways of representing sets. The roster method lists all the elements of a set explicitly inside a curly braces, while the rule method describes the sets by stating a property or condition that its elements satisfy, making it useful when listing all elements. So, so now we conclude our discussion for today. So using set and rule method, we can easily determine what are the particular elements under a set with a listing it and making a condition. So thank you for listening, and that's all for today.